Millionaire mindset, wealth principle number 3. Think process, not event. Repeat after me, think process, not event. Think process, not event. Millionaires, we are forged by process, not events. You look at someone who's made $1 million. You look at, he's got $1 million, is this and that. That's an event. That's the outcome. Don't look at the event. What the hell did he or she do to make that money? That's the question you want to ask. Not that, you got $1 million, right? Forged by process, not events. All self-made millionaires create their wealth by a carefully orchestrated process. 2 key words, carefully orchestrated process. Wealth, say it with me please, wealth is a process, not an event. Say it again, wealth is a process, not an event. Wealth is a process, not an event. It is a process. It is a process. So think process, not event. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to bake a cake, and you look at someone, a master chef, and he bakes this beautiful, delicious cake, and you taste it. Oh, this is so great. This is awesome. How do you do it? Does he have a process, yes or no? And if he follows the process, uses the same ingredient, the right amount every time, is he going to have the same event, yes or no? So your job is not to look at a cake, I can never make a cake like that. Or I don't even like cake anyway. Or I'm not good with baking. I don't even know where to get the ingredients. You look at that and you're like, well, how do you do it? Show me the process. Where do you buy the ingredients? From what store? How much you buy? How much in the cup? How much water? You bake for how long? What are some of the mistakes? What are some of the things I have to watch out for? You get the process? So if the master chef show you step by step, here's my process, could you make the cake? Maybe. Maybe. But if he shows you again and you make it, it's like not quite, you add a bit too much sugar. Do this and make adjustment. You do it again and again and again, and you practice. Can you make the cake? With enough practice, yes? Same thing with wealth. It is the same thing with wealth. Let me give you an example. Last Wednesday, we did a special event with the CEO of a spacecraft, CEO of freelancer.com. How many of you were there? Yeah, most of you were there. And was it good? Okay, freelancer.com, someone who's started from nothing, from zero to $1 billion company in 6 years, public company. So afterwards, we went to have a drink, have a dinner, and I talked, and we're just sitting next to Matt Berry, which is CEO, right in the middle. I was asking Matt, what am I asking him? Take a guess. Take a guess. What am I asking him? What's your process? Break down for me. What's the first thing you did? What's the second thing you did? You raised money. How much money you raised? How did you raise that money? Okay, and what about equity portion? And then what? And then what are some of the breakthroughs you did? What changes you made? What worked? What didn't work? Interesting. And then when did you decide to take the company to public? And then from there, and then what happens when you take the company to public? Okay, what are some of the hurdles you have to overcome? And now you run this international company in all these countries. How do you manage your team? What am I asking? Most people, they look at that, they got me $1 billion. Oh, it's freelancer.com. I don't own a freelance website. That doesn't apply to me. I'm not in the internet business. That doesn't apply to me. I'm always look out for process. It's very interesting. I had not from our group, not from you, because I did the event with Roger, right? With Roger Killen from Vancouver Business Network. How many know Roger? Yeah, the other day I was talking with Roger. He said, Dan, I had like 2 people from my group. They attended the event. How much was the event? $20, right? Yeah, so $20. And, they were just talking on the phone, and he said, I had 2 people attended the event. They said, they did not get any value from it. They wanted to refund the $20. I said, wow. Isn't that, everybody goes like this. Isn't that interesting? I got so much value out of it. And I'll share some of the things that have shifted my thinking with you just in just a moment. And same guy, same speaker, same speech, two people could say, I got nothing out of it. Fascinating to me. Fascinating to me. Process. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So process makes millionaires. Process makes what? Millionaires. Events are byproducts of process. If you try to skip the process, you'll never experience events. If you try to skip the process, you'll never experience events. That's also why all these get-rich-quick business opportunities, fucking bullshit, don't work. Because you're expecting, you know what, just join my thing. Don't lift a finger. I've got this magical system. You'll make money like that with a click of a button. You believe in that shit? We got a problem. We got a problem. Because it's all focused on what? The event. What is the process? You know what is very interesting? What I look at is the guy, whoever is selling this shit, their selling process is pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. Not the event. That's why people make bad investments. Every time if you get greedy, you make bad investment, bad business decisions, usually it's driven by greed. And usually it's driven by, I could skip the process and just have the event. Okay? It's like you want to get to the, having sex, right? You want to get to the thing before the foreplay. It's not good. It's not good. Okay? It's not good. Okay? If you try to skip the process, you'll never experience events. Focus on the process. That's also why, I'll give you an analogy, that I have a martial art background. And I learned in martial art, respect is very big. How many agree with that? It's very big. That when we learn from a teacher, I'll give an example. I remember I studied under Bruce Lee's student, one of Bruce Lee's students. I remember when I go to the class, and you would have Bruce Lee's picture on the wall. And every time before we actually start training, we would bow to the picture. So we'll do something like this. I'll show it to you. So we'll have something like this. We bow, right? And then we go this. And then we go, we bow. And then we bow the same thing to the instructor, and then he would teach. That's how skills are passed, right? And everything we go practice and we learn. Fucking somehow in business, there's no respect. In business, somehow seriously, there's no fucking respect in business. When you're a speaker, teach something you teach people, not you guys, I'm talking about other people. There's no respect. Somehow it's like these people, you pour your heart, you give them your best, and it's like, oh, this and that. There's no respect. And also, let me give you another tip. How many of you have been with me for, let's say, more than 6 months now? Okay. Anyone more than a year? Okay, let's have a very honest discussion here. You've been coming to the meetup, you've been coming to my group, and how many of you find it helpful? How many of you find the ideas practical? How many of you also find that it is actually helping in your business? Okay. How many find that, you know what, it's helpful, but somehow you're getting incremental results or no result and you don't know why? You want to know why? You want to know why? Same meetup. I'll tell you why. Same martial art metaphor. Imagine this, that, actually, let me do a demonstration here. I need a volunteer. How about Stephen? Stephen? Earl? Okay, both come up. Round of applause. I want to demonstrate. This will answer, Stephen, both. This will answer all your questions from now on. Any learning that you do, this solves it all. You know why you keep attending workshops, seminars, reading books, and you're still not getting the results or not fast enough. This will answer that question. Okay. So imagine this. I've got a pad here. Okay, a pad here. So Earl, just hold that for a second. Okay. So imagine this. So what I want Stephen to do, Stephen, stand here. Yeah. So Stephen, I want you to just right hand here, and I want you to kind of just punch this. Go ahead. Okay. Go. Harder. Faster. As fast as you could. Okay. Okay. Listen. So punch. That's a book. Go ahead. That's a seminar. That's a workshop. Stop. How many can see kind of punch the same way? You keep doing the same shit. Nobody's corrected you. Let me show you. So imagine I have a pad here, right there, right? So from there, don't block the way. Don't block the way. So from here, punch, right? How's the power?
Not bad.
Okay. So you see, watch. From there, right? Compared to Stephen. Penetrate.
Yeah.
Penetration. More powerful. Now, so go back to Stephen. Yeah. So I would say, well, Stephen, punch again. Okay, number one, you want to relax. You want to relax. Don't tense, because when you tense, when you punch, there's no power. You want to be relaxed like a whip. Like a whip, right? Like a whip. So from there, you just punch. From there, right? You just punch. Now, second thing, notice my step. So I don't punch. So relax and just lean into it. Try that.
Better.
Okay, try again. Try again, right? Okay, another thing, don't focus on this. Focus on 4 inches behind. Okay, because you want to punch. No, I'm gonna punch. You don't want to punch a guy like this, because when he leans backward, my punch is gone, right? You want to go in. You want to punch it in. Through him, even if he moved back, the punch is there. Same thing here. So try penetrate. Think of here and punch that. Not there. So right there, through 4 inches, relax, whip, take a step. Okay, hear the sound? Try again. Okay, one more thing. When you punch, exhale. Okay, relax. Just relax. Just relax. Just relax. Just relax. Just right. Relax. Right from there. Relax. Just relax. Better.
Still tense.
Relax. One more. Okay, pause. How many of you can see the improvement? How long it took? 2 minutes. He could be punching the same fucking shit weight 1,000 times. That's why having a seafood helps. You don't learn martial art from a book. You don't learn martial art from someone watching someone punch 1,000 times. You learn martial art, do it, correction. You can get my knowledge, you get my ideas, you're an observer, but you don't have my skills. If I don't give you my skills, how can you implement? Does that make sense? Take 2 minutes, discuss what have you seen. 2 minutes, go. How many of you are getting it now? Yeah. How many had an aha moment? How many had an aha moment? Chris? You can always do more. Yes. 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 Yeah. Yes. That's it. That's why it's like the conversation I had with Andre, 15 seconds. It only takes a few minutes. But then sometimes, then the student, here's another thing. Once I show Stephen, Stephen's like, shit, now I can punch. Right? But here's the thing. Then later on, once he mastered this, thousands and thousands and thousands of times, then I would say, hey, Stephen, let's take it one step further. I want you to put your hip into it. Okay? Then I'll later on teach you, actually, you hit way 3 times more powerful with the palm strike than a fist. Right? Then your speed, your power, your timing. When do you punch? What angle? Do you sometimes punch this way? Do you move? Do you move your footwork? What if someone attacks you? Do you parry and then you hit? Do you slip and then you hit? All these variations. That's what a master can show you, all these different things. When you're like, oh, fucking I punch. There's so much to it. And we're talking one punch. I'm not even talking hook, kick, block. That's why it takes a lifetime to master something. It takes, yes?
What are some of the negative thoughts people have about mentors? Because you were talking about the negative thoughts
just like what I just talked about at the inner circle meeting, that what holds most entrepreneurs back is pride. It's pride. They don't ask for help. Andre? Yes. Mike, yeah. Yeah, it's pride. They don't ask for help. They want to look smart. They want to look good. They value the image versus results.
This is very true. And probably one of my most embarrassing moments was a couple of years ago. So I've been playing the drums more than I've been a lawyer, and I've never really learned how to play well. So a couple of years ago, I went to a clinic by this great drummer, and he was showing up his skills, and then he opened up for questions. So I raised my hand and I go, Dom, I have a question. So I've been playing the drums for 23 years. The problem is I really suck at drumming. My groove sucks, my speed sucks, my tempo sucks, my everything that you look at. I love the process, but I hate the result. So without hearing me play, what's the one thing you'd recommend? And he goes, well, have you ever considered having an instructor? And I sat down, and that was probably that most embarrassing moment of my life, because I never did. And next day, I hired the instructor. I still have him. And in the 2 years, I had made more progress than in 23 years. And every single time I think about that, I'm like, I got to find people who I can ask the question. And so when I became a part of the inner circle, there's another story. So basically, I have a wife, and I used to ask her, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And not that I always listen, but it's good to get.
How many sometimes ask your spouse, but you never listen?
But it's good to get a second opinion. And after I became a part of this, she said, why are you asking me? Go and ask Dan. And I'm like, fuck, I didn't think about this. So, and that's how a lot of things get a lot better, because we listen to people who don't really know.
Yeah.
And so.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll answer later. And it doesn't have to be me. As long as someone you respect, you want to learn from, they have results that you want, they have skills that you want. It could be anybody. You can learn from everybody.